opened up this product, which was earlier Canva Pro. We've changed that, added more education template, made it focused for teachers, for students, and it's our impact product. So there's no revenue out of it. It is for teachers, completely free. And we want to give it to as many teachers and as many students as possible. Canva Basic was free. Canva Pro was a premium. This is a premium feature with additional education templates for all the users, teachers. It is and our main motive is to give access to creativity. We want teachers to be able to use creative tools to create content, to create the learning space they would want to create for their students. And similarly, we would want students to be creative, create projects, create movies, create videos that on Canva, because that's really where, creativity is a future skill that we're all working towards. So with that, I think this is a great session on storytelling and creative design, and I think that we have an assignment in the end, and we are looking forward to getting a lot of great work from this community. And I have a surprise also in the end, which I will reveal once we are completed. So over to Jesleen. I won't take any further time. Jesleen, why don't you get us started? Jesleen was actually one of the teachers who associated with me during my first webinar. And since then, we've connected. She's done a few trainings for us with students and with teachers. And now she's with you to take your training on storytelling, so which I'm very excited about. So let's get that started.
Yeah, hello. Thank you so much for having me here. First of all, am I audible? Because today morning I had some audio issues.
You can be louder.
Yeah, okay. I think now it would be better.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you for having me here. I'm actually very excited about having this session today because one, storytelling, two, comic strips, and three, design. So combining all of it together in a classroom in field of education is a whole ride in its own. So I'll directly jump into the topic. I don't want to give my introduction right now because I have someone giving my introduction for me in the session today. So we'll get started with that directly. If I can go ahead, Annapurni, and you have mentioned about a surprise. Even I don't know about that surprise, so I'm equally excited right now. Okay, so I'll just quickly share the screen. And yeah, so today's session is going to be about storytelling and creative design. My name is Jasleen Korsondi, and I'm working here. I'm present here with you today on behalf of Canva for Education team and here for Teachers Help Teachers community. So let's see what do we have here. So here we see is Bobby the Blob introduces Jasleen. I met Jasleen the day she was thinking of a new idea. She was working really hard for her students and I wanted to be there for her. After the work was done, we went for a party. Jasleen and I soon became best friends. We came up with some rocking ideas together. So do you want to know about those ideas? Then let's go. So here's a preview of what a comic strip looks like and how you can customize it in any possible way that can make your classroom as exciting as possible. So this can work as an excellent set induction tool. Set induction as in when you are starting the session, how you are going to hold the attention of children. So this is something that can work over there. So thank you, Bobby the Blob, for giving me that introduction. I would also like to talk a little bit more about myself. I love writing any form of content, creative to academic, any sort of content, I'm here for it. And yes, trying to move towards more in the field of modern day education, but still an old school type learner. And I believe that being a teacher is not enough. You need to be a learner at the same time, any day. So here's something about me, and let's get started with today's session. We'll be understanding more about digital storytelling, how you can inculcate Canva for education in it, Canva as a tool in it, which is actually one of the most efficient tools that you can integrate in your lessons and learn how to save and share that particular design that you have created. So I think I can see the chat box, and if you could have one superpower as a teacher, what would it be? So I would like to request you all to imagine yourself as a superhero wearing a cape and a pretty mask entering the classroom. So what is the superpower that you would like to have if you were a teacher? I think I can see the chat box. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, some of it. Spider-Man definitely, but what about the superpower? In a session related to this, where I asked these questions, lot of teachers asked for, they wanted to have children's mind reading ability, that they could read a child's mind as easily as possible, so they can understand what the child is thinking. Okay, mind reading, telepathy, definitely reading the child's thought, to know about the children, what children want, teleporting, to know what goes on in child. Okay, too many hands to multitask. Yeah, definitely. There's a character in Spider-Man itself, I think. So too many hands to multitask. All right. So thinking about yourself as a superhero for a minute there is putting you in frame of a virtual world, in something imaginative, where you are not just this one person who is there to attend a webinar, a session. You are more than that. You have your own creative abilities right there with you, and how you utilize that, how you put that in a classroom for a child as a teacher, is all storytelling is about. So, placing yourself as a character, understanding that you are a narrator for a child rather than just being a teacher for giving the lecture. I hope we can understand the importance of storytelling over here. And lessons are learned, but stories are remembered, and comic strips are definitely something that children are going to retain even after the session is done. So, there are certain reasons why we do storytelling, and it makes learning more retainable. It's been going on for long and all. Since ancient ages, storytelling has been the most common tool that people use to pass on the learnings that they have given. Even let's talk about Aesop's fables. It's done in form of storytelling, but the lessons given by that, slow and steady wins the race, all of those are remembered by us even till date. So let's get started directly with storytelling tools on Canva. I hope you all, yeah, okay, I am still reading some responses that I got for superhero question. Some really exciting one, and we can add that in our story and comic strips as well. So let's get started with some storytelling tools on Canva. And for that, I think you all can log into Canva. I'll just tell you how you can log into Canva. So I'm using the Canva app on my desktop. Instead, you can go to, yeah, I'll just share Google also once, so that that is also clear how you can go about that. Yeah. So you can go to Google and just write canva.com. You will be taken to Canva's homepage here. You can click on that and you will be asked to log in. And once you do that, once you create a login ID, you will be coming to a homepage like this. I hope you have all been there. If you can give me a thumbs up in the chat box, I'd be able to understand if you are at least on Canva homepage. Okay. All right. So if you can log into Canva, you will be getting, if I sign out, I'll sign out and show it to you all once again, maybe. So like this, you will be getting the option to log in on Canva. You can use your Google account and you can use that email ID, enter it. Once you log in, you will be here at a home page like this. Once you're at a home page, we can start with create a design option. So instead of selecting any standard template, I hope you're all doing it along with me. If you want, I can wait for a few seconds for you to log in or something. Just okay. All right then. So I'll continue with this. You can click on create a design, but do not select any of these standard. Okay, yeah, do not select any of these standard options over here. Instead, we can click here and write comic strips directly. So if you do that, I just like stay on the app that I'm using because it's better streaming. Yes, so you can write here comic strips. Once you do that, you will see a lot of templates. I'm using Canva for education account only, which you can also log in and register through your account. And here you will find all of these multiple comic strips. Some are here to just get you started. Some are already made. Some are fictional. Some are non-fictional characters. So all of these options are available for you. And once we are here, there are certain things. Okay, so once we are here, you will find a lot of templates here. This is the one that I used. So let's get started with this one only. This is the template that I was using, that I used to give my introduction. So it's a little different. It's talking about self-love over here, but here are some tools that helped me crack this and convert it into my story. So this is how the title of the comic begins. Then there is illustration set in terms of the character. Then there is an illustration set in terms of the accessories the character can have. Then comes the illustration effect, illustration set in terms of the expressions a particular character can have. And lastly, there is this one where we can show the attributes towards the scene. What is the particular scene? Those attributes. Suppose I use this for idea, use this for getting excited and thinking. So yeah, you can do all of this over here. And yeah, so let's come to here and know the basics. First is storyboard creation. So storyboarding is nothing. I have heard a lot of people say that storyboarding, what is it like? They find it very complicated. Actually, storyboard creation is as basic as having particular frames for your each scene. That's it. It's just about the theme of the scene and the frame of that particular scene combined together. So this is storyboard creation. Then there are certain basic steps. Instead of going into the details, I'll show you the things that are available. First is the comic strip layout. How are you going to select these layouts? So in each comic strip, I really request you all to join in and do this along with me. So this is how a comic strip layout can look like. These are blank squares, and if you want, you can select a blank sheet as well, and you can convert it. Suppose I want it to be in purple color or orange color, then there is a Canva shortcut key. If I just click on R, I will get a rectangle. Or you can go to elements. Here in elements, you will find shapes. Okay, click on see all, and you can select some shapes that you can align together in your storyboard. This is if you want to make it from scratch according to your particular need. Otherwise, storyboards like this are available on its own. Suppose you want to add a title on the storyboard, you can drag it, select it like this, minimize it and bring it a little lower. So you have space to add my title of the comic strip at the top. So you can place it here. So like this, there are certain options that are going to be available in the template itself. Depends on how you want to go about it. So after selecting these layout options, there are several layout options that you can take. Suppose this is a Polaroid frame, then you can go to square shapes. You will find a lot of different shapes which you can use in the background of your storyboard. Suppose I like this one, and if I want to place it here, I have just copy pasted it from the previous one, and it can go very well in my storyboard. I believe that it can go well. So like this, I can Control C, Control V it, and completely align it here. So this is how my storyboard is created. The basic background of a comic strip, the strip in the comic strip is here. All right. So these are the things that you can get started with using shapes, writing here about what shape you want. So you will find several options, whichever one you want to go with. Okay, so this is the first step. Second comes our speech bubbles and pop-ups. How you can begin with collecting particular speech bubbles and pop-ups on your own. Once you are going for a particular design, suppose we are going for, if your design set does not have speech bubbles, let's say this loving pandas. If we look at this template, then you will see that there are a lot of speech bubbles used in the background. So you will find it here in the template set itself. Okay, let me put it in this view so it will be clear. So what all do we need? The title, the background, the tiles, Then illustration set, what were we talking about? The character, the expressions, and certain attributes of the frame. And then comes the speech bubble that you want to add. So this is how you can go about it. And usually all of these sets, most of the time, would have this color change option. How you can approach it? Just click on this and the particular color will pop up here. You can change it as per your needs. So Control C, Control V. What if I wanted to give this panda also some expression? So I love you the most, and you can click on the font so that the font remains same. Control C, Control V, create it, and you can say I love you more, something as an expression. So this is how you can go about creating a comic strip. And again, same title, same things have been used here. Then let's talk about the illustration sets. Some of the illustration sets will not have any expression. Suppose this panda over here. So I can give it an expression of my own. I find this really fascinating because it's just like it's smiling, it's confused in just a few clicks, and it's, surprised. So all of these things are in my control, how I want to give that particular expression. Most of the characters that you will find are editable. All right. So if I click on this and if I want to have a purple color panda, an orange color panda, I can have that. So this is how you can add some expressions in it and fictionalize your character with primary age group. The fictional characters work very well. They are really intriguing to a student. So you can use all of those things. This is how comic strips, speech bubbles. I'm just covering the few main aspects so we can make a comic strip from scratch without using the help of a template as well. Then comes this important thing, that is fiction and non-fiction characters. So if you see, here are some characters, fruits as a character, teeth having a conversation, these blobs that we were talking about, body parts, I've taken parts from digestive system over here as a as character, then alphabets as a character, pizza as a character, numbers as a character. So you can use all of those things here. Okay, so you can use all of these things over here. And how do you go about finding the right character? Let me come to a blank slide here and I can show it to you better. So you will go to this one and you can say pizza character. So you will find a lot of characters here and they are also editable. You can change and once you select a particular character, suppose I'm selecting this one, there are more options similar to it that will pop up. So if I'm selecting this, see, these are now becoming of the same family. So I can use these as a combined comic strip. So this is how you can select characters, and you will get these mostly in Canva for education account. You can see this here. Edu is mentioned. So you will get these in Canva for education account, where most of these things are free for you to use. Most of these characters are free for you to use. So if you see, in just a few seconds, we have got together so many character options, so many. And all of these have different expressions. Then, so if I go on this, then I can find all these blobs also, the ones that I used. So if you click on this, this is the best part, some magic recommendations will pop up. So from here, you can select more similar characters like this. If there are any questions throughout this session, or if you want me to pace up or pace down, you can mention it in the chat box at any time. And if there is any specific request related to comic strips as well, then feel free to send that in the chat box. Okay, so these are the things that can be added like this, and we can use these to create a comic set of our own. All right, so you can have this as a template slide and then go to the next one and start with your story. That, okay, maybe this guy is not having a good day today. So we can add that and add whatever expression you want to give. However you want the outline or attributes to be, you can use that option. Okay, so this is a basic structure that I'm giving here. Otherwise, we have our comic strip attributes present here. Now, if you want to fit it in this particular frame, you can use the crop feature also. You can click on your blob, click here crop, and you can use the crop feature as well, so that there is a clear understanding of your character and it's very fine lined with the whole comic strip design. All right, so yeah, this is where we were trying out different characters, expressions, you will find it. So you will find all of these things over here. And there is another feature. Okay, let me just talk about these things as well. So you can, yeah, numbers, characters. Yeah, so this is how I've got numbers as characters. I can use all of these things, having a conversation, go to magic recommendations, it will show things that are related to it. So we can add this in our, there is a story that I made using Canva only. I am not sure if I'll have it here, but that was about having a conversation with nouns. You know, it was a noun grammar garden. Basically, it's a very common English concept, grammar garden, where all the nouns were out on a tour. So we made strips. We made strips related to particular nouns, and they were roaming around in the garden, and they all had to be segregated into their particular, their particular types of noun, collective noun, and all of those things. So how we can do that? We can click here and find. I use a rectangular. Sorry. Yeah, I use a rectangle here, and then I added particular nouns to it and gave some expression to that particular noun and how made it more and more expressive. Is there a way we can flip the character to face the other way? Face the other way as in it's looking behind, or like this. So if this is 7, you always have the option to flip here. Flip horizontally, and there is flip vertically. So these two options are always there. If you want to show that this particular character is here, you can flip it horizontally. It's going to say the same because it's cross hand, and maybe you can see that it's pointing towards the other side. So you can use it like this, and of course flip it vertically. So this is how we can go about certain characters. Now I would really request you all to pick any of the comics and let's try to make one from our understanding. Anything, could be anything. Let's start with this. I'm going to start with this, Out of This World. I really liked the attributes that are given over here. And we can easily add comic strip bubbles over here. If you want, you can sharpen your design more with comic strip bubbles. So how do we find that? Speech bubbles. You can use that in your design. I think comic strips work better when zoomed in. You can have a clear option. So if I want to make it bring to front, I can bring this particular on top, reduce its size, change the color so that my font will stand out. So if you want, you can sharpen your design using using all of these options. So you can add a speech bubble, convert it into a story. Out of This World is the name of this comic strip. Now I am a science teacher and I want to talk to my children about trip to solar system. So trip to the Mars. Okay, this is the name of my comic strip. So let's say we want to start the session. What today is the day, gotta get going before I am late. So we can maybe make this a story of this particular astronaut who is going to find friends, or let's say people from Mars, or a spaceship from Mars, anything, or just exploring Mars in general. You can change the color also from here. Yeah, you can change the color also. This looks more like Saturn and Jupiter right now. So you can select other icons from here, different solar system icons from here and add it in your design. So this is how you can inculcate in your classroom. If it's a science topic, you can go about that. If it's just a moral value lesson, we can use any of these inanimate characters. These fictionalized blobs and other characters can be used. If you want to talk about anything related to personal lessons where you want to start from something blank, then you can pick templates from here also. Put your caption here, put your text here. There are options given here. Suppose I want to make it a story about cats. So I can start with making my template that I can place it here. I can crop it like this so that it fits very well. And then these are the different things. This is how you, maybe the cat is talking about the food looks yum. Maybe you are teaching children about carnivorous, herbivorous, and omnivorous animals. So what's going to be the food for this cat? So we can use different options over here. And see, this mouse has a blank face right now. And if you click on this, you will find all these expressions. So you can add it here. And this is how you can get your presentation sorted for, let's say, talking about carnivorous, omnivorous, and herbivorous animals. This is just a basic household example that we can give. All right, so we can place it here in the center. Is there an option to record your voice in storyboard creation? Yeah, definitely there is. I'll just come to that after compiling this properly. So definitely there is an option to record your story from here, present and record. So this is how I can add I can flip this as I want it to be because the mouse is facing towards that side. I can add this expression and say, oh my, not a good day for me. So I can drag it here. Suppose this is how I wanted to add it here. So like this, you can have your own design, add the options of the expressions, and then create characters of your own choice. And we can start with basic storyboarding. See, these are the characters of a mouse that we have found here. Let me delete the blank. Yeah. So you can see how none of these have an expression, and we can change it according to our particular wish. So we can add that expression here. And you can go about selecting multiple expressions. You will see this. Yeah, all of these expressions can be used. How do you find expressions? You can click here, expressions, and you will find multiple expressions. Whichever one you like, you will get magic recommendations related to it. So you can create a similar design. Okay, so that is there. Can create flashcards for story this way. Is voiceover option available? Yeah, definitely voiceover option is available. Let me just come to that then. Suppose I have this story. This particular set is present over here. I can, rest of the pages are not needed by me. All right. So if I want to click here, present and record, this option will be available here in these three dots. In phone, if you're using it through phone, then also it will be possible. Click here, present and record. Go to recording studio. This option will show up. Here you can see that your face will come up somewhere here like this in a corner. So go to recording studio. This is how it will come up. I hope you're able to see that. Yes, so you can click here. Right now, I can't record and it will not take my camera because I'm also live streaming. So like this, you can click on start recording. It will detect your camera as well. Place your picture in that particular corner. Here, the timer will show how long you are staying on one particular slide. If you do not have other slides, that is okay. If in case your comic strip is more individualized, if in case your comic strip is more individualized, wherein each page has one comic strip box, then you can tap on next and go to next slides as well to record that session. So I hope you will all try that. I also have practiced a lot of times with this, and I record mostly sessions that are related to different curriculum courses and all of that. So you can practice it from here. And let's say I'll repeat the steps once again in case anyone wants to know, because I can't show the recording right now. So click here, present and record. Go to recording studio. Here you can click on start recording. It will also detect your camera. It will detect your microphone, and you can click on start recording. All right. So let's get back to editing. You can individualize your design like this also. Select the comic strip area like this. Control C, Control V, and make each one into a separate. Ideally, comic strips should be in one particular slide, in one layout. But if you're recording it and you want to make it a complete story, then you can go about selecting each of this like this, create a new page, add it here. And when you're recording it, you can tap through different pages and go about that. Can we animate our characters? Okay, you can make your own characters. Adding animation option, yes, you can add how they're coming up on the screen from one to another. So those options are available over here. That is this one, how it will come up on the screen. Okay, you can group your characters, group your elements together. Click on it, group it so that it comes up together in the background rather than looking, very all alone. It will, each feature will come up individually. So you can use that like this. Okay, click here on animate. There are certain different animations on how this will pop up. I'm clicking on each one of it slowly so you can see that. Yes, like this, here, breathe, tumble, like all of these options can be selected. Okay, so you can select any of these from here, put it across, and you can click on one particular element also. Sorry, you can click on one particular element also and select some options for that. So you will have here page animations and element animations. So you can select accordingly which one you are going to use. If you want to change the background color, you can simply do all of those things also. Just play around with colors as much as you can. So this is the basic of how you can go about making a comic strip. Then you can, we were talking about how you can go to the next slide while you're presenting. So if I'm here, this is my entire comic strip. If I click on next and click on next, this is how it will pan out in a different way. So right now it's playing based on the timing. So what you can do here, click on your design and set a timing for each particular strip or each particular slide, however you want it to go. So you can select that much time from here, could be 6 seconds, 10 seconds. Practice reading it. I am not liking myself too much today. So if I'm reading this box, it's taking me, let's say, 5 seconds. I can place it here, have a breather before starting the dialogue, have a breather after starting the dialogue, after ending the dialogue. So there's a equal gap between each dialogue. So that's how your narration can also be truly impactful. So again, click on press and start recording. Go to record. So you can see at the bottom here, 2 different slides are seen. So this time you can go to next slide and next slide like that. So yeah, this is how we can start with our basics of comic strip designing. And now comes one of my favorite part and most favorite features so far in Canva, to be very honest, because you can now create your own characters and go about making a story. Okay, let me just close all of these. Yeah, so let's say I select a blank comic strip. Which one would I like? Yeah, so if I like this blank comic strip, I can click on this. I can, if you scroll down here, since it is saved in my this thing, so my application, it is already saved, so I'm getting it here. You can click on more. Once you click on more, you will get something like this, create something new, character building. So it's a beta version. You can click on it. Then you will get something like this to create your own character. Always, my personal tip is, when you are making a comic strip, do not add your characters directly on the comic strip page. Otherwise, you lose the option to edit or play around with those characters as much. Try adding it on a blank page. Have it as your reference page. Like all the comic strips will give you one reference page. Here, I can show it to you. Like this illustration said, these are your reference pages, right? So have this in your personal design as well. Otherwise, you may have to do repeated actions in coming up with that particular character once again. So let's say I want this boy. Now, what's the kind of head here? Okay, so if it's a girl, we can select that also. This looks adorable. So let me select that. What is the expression? She looks happy, a little bit creeped out, angry, sad, surprised, blushing. So we can go with that. And you can change the skin tone of the character. You can change the skin tone of the character. Let's not make it purple right now, but this is how you can play with your characters also. So you can change the skin tone, and you can change the hair color as well. So these are the options available. If you go here, then you can completely change the hair color. Oh, this looks very fun to add. So let's give her purple here today. And like that, and this is my character done. So you can click here on done. Once it's done, it will just take a few seconds to load in properly, and then it will get saved. So then you can use these characters to make something of your own. So minimize it, place it here, have fun with your characters as much as you can. So if you place it here, this is one character ready. Now, if you want to have someone else, look at this. These are the options that are available. So this is the option in this particular character. And let's say I want to show someone here. This is more inclusive, bringing more inclusive sets and options. Someone like this here, here, and oh, this looks very cute. So let's go with this. Change the color. Oh, I accidentally clicked on done. I wasn't done with this, but all right, this looks nice this way. Let's start with one more. Selecting this, go back here, then you can select any of these expressions. Could be anything here. Let's say not having a good day right now. Any of the characters that you want it to be. So yeah, let's keep it this way. And you can change the skin color as you want it to be, hair color. Yeah, and click on done, and you will have your character. So it usually takes some 3 to 4 seconds to load, and once that is done, then you can start with another character. So this will become an entire element of your own, which can be cropped, however you wanted to crop it, you can do that. You can click here on crop and go about cropping the character as you want, or you can flip it horizontally, vertically. So these are the options that are available. Suppose I have these 3 characters. Now I want to find a particular color tone of my background. Gray looks a bit dull, so I would lighten it up with something that's bright in blue. Then there is no space to add heading, so I will reduce the size of this one here, maybe increase it like this. So basically you can customize it as you want it to be. Okay, you can have all of these things. Now bring these characters in your story. Copy, paste here. Suppose she is the one starting. Now I don't want to show full wheelchair. Some of it can be cropped. So placing it according to the particular design. Okay. Yeah, so we can place it like this here, and she's angry, having a bad day. So we can talk and use an element of speech bubble here. place a speech bubble that fits your design. Again, I advise is to have a particular set of speech bubbles in your reference sheet. Otherwise, you will keep getting confused on which speech bubble I was using. So have these as your reference, or you can always click on this and star these. Okay, so you can save these. Click on this. I'm going to bring this here. Here, it's having a white background, so the outline could be more popping. Let's flip it so that it's towards her side. Here you can click on text, get any text and add it here. So I am not having a good day today. Just added this. Just reduce the size, adjust it here in your design. Okay. Yeah, this may look very tiny right now, but once you are presenting it, it will have the same impact, and you can save it in form of, if you want to download this, you can download it as PNG, JPG format, PDF, a whole PDF of it, MP4 video also, and you can also convert it each slide into a GIF if these things were moving. Now, if you want to save it as MP4 video, the best thing to do would be to add audio. Suppose it's all about self-love, right? So you can click on audio. Some very nice music can be selected from here. Yeah, it will load, and then you can like this, you can add music from here, and this will just enhance your design. Many options are available in Canva for education feature. So you can use this Canva for education feature and get more options of adding music, comic strips, and all of those things. So adding this over here. So it will come up like this. And once you're saving it as a video, then this music will get saved along with this. Okay, so I hope I'll just stop sharing the audio in case it will repeat again. Okay, so there is another important thing. So this is how you can design your own characters. This is how you can get expressions and actions of your own. So these are the simple things that you can keep in mind, starting with a frame, going to speech bubbles and pop-ups, then talking about the characters, the basic characters. What's your story about? Select that. If you want characters of your own, use it from here. Selecting it here in the corner. I will show it once again. More character. Okay, so you can get it here. Then comes all these expressions and actions. If your character is a blank one, like that mouse was, you can select these expressions and actions. These are for dogs. Okay. Then let's say you want to post it as a social media, Instagram carousel. Okay, it's an Instagram carousel, or you want to share it to your class as a group in WhatsApp group or anything. You can download it as a running PDF as well. You can download it as PNG, JPG. Add music, click here, add audio, and upload something like any of the resembling audio to it, and go ahead with saving it as a MP4 video. There's another thing that you can do is record all of it that we have already discussed, how to present and record any of these designs. Now comes the most important part, is how do you select which comic strip to begin with? We have discussed about literally all the options related to a comic strip, but you need to pick you need to pick up where to begin. So you can click here, go through certain comic strips, explore this option as much as you can, and this is where it will first help you to come up with ideas to make your classroom more interesting. Like there is this one time when I taught children about digestive system, where we were talking about the journey of a toffee from your buccal cavity to elimination system. Okay, so you can begin with buccal cavity, show all these features. You have teeth as character, right? So you can go with all of that, and I used a candy. So that was a very simple idea to begin with, and you can use any of that to come up with ideas for your design, and you can start with your idea of placing that design in your classroom. That is what is important over here. Okay, so can you please show us once again how to choose different expressions for a character if the one I have selected already has an expression? Okay, so there are certain characters that will come up blank like this one. Okay, then there are certain characters, let's say this candy that we are picking, all of these will have fixed characters. So these may not be editable if they're already having some expression. If they already have an expression, you cannot change those. If you want to design something of your own, then click on characters and build a character of your own from here. Mostly there are different types of characters available. Some will have a blank space like this where you can play around with expressions. Suppose I wanted to look happy now. So I will place this happy one over here, right? So you can go about and select your designs on your own. Suppose we have these candies. We can use candies versus, okay, these candies are teasing a lot. So we can have a beautiful comic strip here itself with candies versus teeth character, right? We can have this. This can be a good comic strip idea right here. So you can use a combination. Yeah, look at this. You can use a combination of these two characters and make it a comic strip right here. So it can be something related to healthy habits. If you leave your teeth if you don't brush your teeth at night. So this is how we can create it. Yeah. So okay, I was just seeing if there's anything. Yeah, all right. So this is how we can begin with it. And there are, let's say you want to write, if I have a speech bubble, let's say I have the speech bubble, okay? And I write wow in it. If I've written wow in it, let me increase the size a little bit. So if I'm writing wow in it, it is not going to have that much impact in my comic strip. Okay. Instead, what I can do is, where are my candies and teeth? We can have more fun with them. Yeah, you can go to elements right here, wow, and you will find some options that are more popping. Okay, so these options are more popping in your comic strip and they can make it look more fun. So you can place these things and your design can have better impact like this. Okay, this is how you can place it. Or let's say hello. So you can find better options, or ouch. So you can find better and much more attractive, I would say, like this. All of these options are available. What do you have to do? These are all Canva for education. This thing you can connect with our community as well. So you can find this over here. And once you click on it, you will find magic recommendations related to it. So your comic strip can be ready. You can have better and more attractive and popping things. So like this, you can place it. And these are the things that will make your classroom and the learning more fun, because it's more attractive and it will be remembered by them even after the session is over. So like this, you can add all of these options. Okay, So let's say if you want to make a story here in the audio, are there sound effects? There are basic audios that you can use. And I have personally never tried the sound effect options. Let's give it a try right now if we have it or not. Otherwise, you can upload your sound effects from here. You can click on upload media. You can click upload audio from here, and it will give you the same option of uploading your own audios from here. You can go ahead with that, add it, and add different options of whatever audio you want to go about it. So if I want to add some gloomy music, I can add that. Some gloomy music is there in the background, or if glass, the glass break and all of this. Yeah. So these are the different sound options that you can add. Let me share the sound once again. So this is how you can have. Suppose this is glass is breaking. So that option can be there. And so this is how. So this was like a crowd laughter. Like this, you can add it. Yeah. So you can add a child's laughter from here. So these are the options available that can be used from here. Okay, so some of these would be saved as voices. Some of these are saved as sounds. So I hope that was helpful. And okay, so coming back to this comic strip, suppose you have to add it again, same drill, selecting a title of selecting the tiles, this comic strip layout, select your characters, bring them here, bringing it here, and using some text. I am not feeling so good today. So you can add that, and you can use this in your classroom, science classrooms, like this. I am not feeling so good today. And you can take this one, place it here. Now see, the color of this one is not is taking away all the limelight. So you can increase this and add it like this. Maybe it has done something. So you can add this expression as well. You can use all of these attribute sets from here. So if not feeling well, we can give it this particular attribute. Rotate it, place it like this, and it shows confusion, right? And this one can be added with this here, and like this we can create our storyboard. And can we upload pictures from our books? Yeah, definitely we can always I am not sure if I will have it in my this thing, but I have used a lot of pictures. So I was making for class grade 1, and I was teaching them about different types of plants. So I have used pictures from our books itself. So you can definitely always, suppose this is a picture from, yeah, this is something from my school book only. So if I want to add that, we made a song on, we made a song related to this one, parts of a plant. It's a fruit, it's a stem, like that. We created a song, and from there only we added all the different characters. Suppose if I want to hear, uh, there is this thing also, flower. So you can add different characters from here, and this is how we were using it in the song itself. Like all of these things are here. So you can add it, and you can use pictures from your books as well. Best example is NCRT doing that, Bujo and Paheli as their characters. So all of those things can be added here. So these are books, photos from my books itself. You can add this here. So yeah. Okay, so these are the options that are available in Canva over here. You can combine it with any feature, any photos from outside as well. You can upload videos of your own as well. Suppose I have added a SpongeBob video here. It's a GIF, so I can add it in my design towards the end. I created my own comic here using Canva's design, illustrations, and everything. There is also a tool, if you ever want to give it a try, that is this draw feature, where you can draw like this. So if you are using it on phone, or I have a touch laptop, so like that, you can go about using these features as well in your freehand comic illustrations, if you really want to dive into the details of this. So like this, you can add all of these. Yeah, suppose we have got this right over here. So these are the basics of comic strip. You can, once again, we can come here, begin with the basics, and I would really like for you all to give it a try, explore more and more designs that are possible. Begin with the basics, and I'll take a few seconds here to talk about my personal tips and tricks as well. Yeah, I'll take a few seconds to talk about my tips and tricks as well. All right, so let me just go to that one. Yeah. So there are certain things that I keep in mind when it comes to talking about making a comic strip. That is, first thing is color splash, the kind of color combinations and design of the kind of color combination that you're using, how to optimize the dialogues, how you can change the sound and fixing the right character. Then you should have one thought and one objective, and you need to make it as easy as possible. So these are the simple things that I wanted to talk to you all about over here in this particular session. And yeah, so these are the particular things that you can add in your design. Now let's talk more about where you can share all of these things and how you can connect with us, how you can share your design. So there's a Facebook page available for Canva for Teachers community. You can head to that page, upload your designs over there, and you can also get a Canva for Education. Yeah, you can also get Canva for Education account over there. How you can go about is, first create a comic strip and upload it here. So your assignment or takeaway task from this particular session would be to create a comic strip, and we have explored, we have the link for the Facebook group in the chat box as well. So you can connect to that group over there. It's Canva for Teachers, Canva for Education group, for where teachers can connect with different teachers. You can see their other people's design also. You can connect with people who have similar ideas, energy, looking to exchange thoughts. You can connect over on that platform. And the takeaway, I was talking about the takeaway. Yeah, so for that, today you can upload an assignment related to your how was your day today. So just make a simple comic on how was your day today. That day can have a conversation with, let's say, your children, that or your parents, your siblings. That conversation can be shown in as part of your day. It can be a moment that you shared with your pet. It can be something when you woke up and looked at the plants outside. The conversation, anything, it can be anything related to a part of your day. A part of my day or a moment from my day that I will remember can be the assignment topic. Let me just share it in the chat box also. Assignment topic can be a moment from my day. So you can share that and upload it on Canva for Education, C4E, Canva for Education page. You can share it over there, and you can also get more about the Canva for Education account, all the features. If you would have seen, most of the features here that I'm using says edu like this. Some are free, but most of these say edu because I am using Canva for Education account over here. I hope you all enjoy making the assignment, and I hope most of my points are clear today. If anything is missing, any queries, any questions or doubts, I'd be happy to answer that over here. And yeah, anything over here. Okay, so you can submit the assignment. We can have like certain days fixed when you can submit the assignment. So you can submit it by Sunday, and make sure to share your email IDs as well. You can submit your assignment by Sunday, and could be anything related to a part of your day. I hope you all enjoyed the session, and I think over to you, Anupurni. I'm still waiting for your surprise. If there's anything I missed out, you can tell me about that also.
No, I think that was a great session, and we can see the comments, and based on that, I think we all learned a lot about storytelling and comics today. So thank you so much everyone for joining. Now for my big surprise, one was definitely what Jesseline said. We look forward to getting your assignments by Sunday. We have an active community, and we want more and more teachers to be active in that community. If you are not getting approved, that's probably because you've not submitted answers to the membership questions. Please do that. Otherwise, we won't be able to give it, because it's a pro tool which we are giving completely free for teachers. So we want to ensure only teachers are here to stay. Finally, before I and we look forward to a lot of comic strips about a lot of beautiful days that you all had. And if you recreate it, and I hope a lot of posts come from your side about how you created the comic. Tell us about the process, tell us more in your post, and we would love to learn about that. We want to encourage teachers and students to be more creative and create more. And with that, I wanted to just announce that today we have launched the India Creativity Challenge, India Design Challenge. This challenge is only open for teachers. So as long as you're a teacher, you can participate in the challenge. The challenge is pretty simple. It is called Creativity in the Classroom. You can create any design on Canva and submit it on this. And you have some very, very exciting rewards that we have lined up for it. And we want more and more communities to participate in it. And Teachers Help Teachers is one of those communities that we're partnering with. So we're very excited for you all to join it. I'm just going to quickly post this link. This link has been launched today, and the challenge is on till the 25th. So I hope you tell your colleagues about it, so that they all can join. So yeah, with that, over to you, Rakhi. And if there are any questions for me, for Jesseline, happy to take those.
Yep, I don't think we have any questions on our YouTube as well. So yes, it's an amazing opportunity, teachers. Y'all are getting the Canva Pro account. Y'all are also getting experience to design, and at the same time be rewarded for those designs. So grab this opportunity and take it as your trial and error process to learn. And you never know, you might get lucky in this trial and error process. So join the Facebook group. Canva for Education has their own Facebook community where they share everything that's the latest update in Canva for Education, plus loads of sessions. Of course, we are also conducting sessions, and other communities are also conducting different sessions. So whatever it is that it takes to learn Canva for Education, it's all being provided, and it's an amazing opportunity for all of us to learn together and create interesting designs. Because when Jesseline was explaining the comic strips, I was feeling so excited, because I was just thinking of the different ways that I could use it, the stories, animation, and whatnot. So thank you, Jesseline. It was a wonderful session. Thank you for your wonderful and lucid explanation. And I hope that all of you will be able to take advantage of this opportunity that Canva has given all of us. And in case of any doubt, of course, you can reach out to Annapurni. Her email address was shared before. Annapurni, if you could share again. And many of them were asking us on the group that they haven't received approval for Canva Pro. So you could reach out and clarify your doubts by emailing on the email provided in the chat comment box. So please note down the email ID, and you could then definitely get in touch with her, right? So any other questions? Before we wind up the session, how do I get the Pro tool get activated? So yeah, it's pretty much simple. You go to Canva for Education, apply and submit your proof where you could submit your B.Ed degree or your latest qualification. And there you go. You will receive a nod from Canva, right?
Yes, that's exactly right.
And how long does it take to do that?
It takes typically 24 to 48 hours. So if it's more than 48 hours since you last applied, please reach out to me. Happy to kind of support and see why maybe the picture or the scanning is wrong. We can help with that and we can support it at the back end. So send it to us and write to me in case it's more than 48 hours, but mostly we should be able to get you access through the website directly.
If I apply with my employee ID, will that be okay? Yes, that will be completely okay. Yeah, that itself is a proof that you're working with the school and you're a teacher. So yeah, I'm a D.Ed teacher. So am I eligible for Canva Pro? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. All teachers with a valid teaching proof, whether it's your school ID or whether it's your teaching certificate, are eligible for Canva Pro.
So it's Canva for Education. It has features of Canva Pro and this thing, so it would be easy. There was a question that asked that, how would I know if I have gotten the Canva account or not? I can just quickly take a minute and show that. So this is my Canva account. You can see that it is as simple, you can see video, infographic, and all these different tabs which you normally use. If I move to community teachers, you can automatically see education presentation, education video, education infographic, worksheet. So this is the toggle that you will get here on the left-hand side, which will help you know that this is a education ID, and automatically your templates will also become education. So that's how you use it. There are playlists that I've shared with Rakhi before. I can share it again. There's a YouTube playlist on how you can start as a teacher, and that would be really helpful for all of you. And if you are if you're a school leader and you're running a school, the entire school can get access to Canva. Not just you, but your colleagues, your students, everybody can come on Canva completely free of cost. So that's also something that we have. So for that, you can write to me, and I can also share a Google form with Rakhi, and she can share it further with the community. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Annapurni, for clarifying all the doubts. And yes, we can end today's session. I hope all the teachers are going to be trying their hands at creating comic strips and submitting the assignments. We would like to see the comic strips coming in. And at the same time, do take advantage of the opportunity that Canva is providing, the design challenge opportunity. So do log in. And for those of you who missed our last session, it's put up on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our channel to get all the updates and all the recordings that are being put up from time to time. And in case of any doubt, please do reach out to us and we will be happy to help. Thank you, everybody. Hope you all have a lovely weekend ahead and are energized for the next week. Thank you. Thank you, Jasleen. Yep. Take care. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.